Previously on Fate and the Fablemaidens. You open it up, and inside is a ticket printed in gold. And with it is a paper that reads, "The first flight of the feather flight." All three of you find yourself gathered at the dock, and it's a ramp that leads up to this massive ship. It looks much like you would find on water, except it has large propellers that reach up towards the sky on top of it.
Who are you people?
I'm glad you asked. My name is Kaneko, Merryweather, Lacedo, Glimmersquint, Fizzlebang, Jimmy Jams, Jax. What's your name?
I'm Elowin Bree Took, but you can call me Wynni.
Twyddle is my name. I'm from the Twyddle tribe, up in your mountains back there.
And let us celebrate the good ship Featherflight. As he says those words, he toasts the sky, which just lights up behind him. But then a loud crack echoes through the night, and the deck of the ship lurches violently beneath you. A low groan reaches your ears, followed by another sickening crack as the deck of the good ship Featherflight begins to splinter at your feet. Just sit back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started in a small lake town aboard a brand new airship. 3 adventurers set sail that day for a 3-day tour. Well, shall we begin the adventure? This is Fate and the Fablemaidens. All of a sudden, something strikes the ship and it begins to split apart on the deck as you're standing on it. People instantly scatter, run screaming, panicking. Everything is chaos. What was once a beautiful evening, very solemn, serene, music playing, is now utter chaos. What do you do?
Is this the deck we were on earlier?
Yes,
With,
like
the
this is the
lifeboats?
deck of the airship with, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna grab these two, and I'm gonna go find that lifeboat that I marked.
No! I'm resisting this. Can I squirm out of her grasp?
I don't know. I might use some
Do I need to
strength
roll
on you.
for this?
Okay, I mean, you can try to roll for this, sure.
I'm gonna roll for strength.
You can
I guess mine would
try
also be
and
strength.
contest her strength.
Or could I run? Or could I roll to avoid her grabbing me, like dexterity, seeing her coming for me?
Okay, that's a fair argument.
Could I
Go
roll
ahead
for
and
athletics
me-
then?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Those are both fair arguments. So now they're making rolls with the set abilities that their characters have to try and see what the outcome of the situation will be. Oh dear.
8.
15.
Dang
Hey!
Darn.
Very nice.
So, awesome. Merryweather slips away. Wynni, are you okay with the barbarian just like hauling you up?
She's very confused, and she's looking around right now at all the patterns of where people are going, like the movement patterns of everyone freaking out. So, yeah, she would just let her take her.
And Twyddle, when Merryweather slips away from you, how do you feel? How do you react to that?
I'm probably gonna follow her, because I'm assuming she's off in some direction.
Yeah, I am looking for
So
my...
you're just carrying me in your
Yes.
arms as you're running
In
after
one
me.
arm.
I love it.
I am immediately looking for my brother to see if he knows what's going on and to see if there's anything that I can help fix.
So you look around the deck, and he's not currently present at this party.
Okay, so then I guess I assume that he is probably below deck. Well, okay, no. First, so can I roll perception and see if I notice anything about what happened other than, is it just the ship is breaking apart? Or...
there are, yes, you can roll perception. Go for it. See what you can see.
10.
Okay. You believe something struck the ship, but from your current standpoint, you can't see what it was or where it came from.
I think I run to the edge of the ship to look.
Okay. You look down, and underneath the ship is this massive crack in the sand. And I say that because you are now flying over essentially these beautiful dunes. In the ground, but not in the ground, is this crack of light and energy. And while it looks like it is a part of the surface beneath you, you also know that it can't physically be the earth cracking apart, because that's not what the terrain looks like right now. And it spreads well to either side of the ship. And there are these massive tentacles writhing out of it and slowly pulling themselves up. As you watch, you see one of them lash out and it hits the airship.
Can I try to grab her one more time?
You know, let's see how this plays out for a little bit first. Merryweather, what do you do with that?
I just run. Because all my stuff I think is in the bunks.
Okay.
She would run to the bunks to grab her weapons, specifically her thunder cannon.
Okay.
And then come running back. I know that's like a lot of movement distance.
No, I think that's fair. Now, you are going to have to navigate the ship and the crowds. You're kind of fighting against them, because you'll remember the lifeboats were on the kind of activities side of the ship, and the sleeping chambers were on the opposite end. So you're currently working your way across the deck. Twyddle, are you following?
We are following. I've got Wynni under one arm.
I'm going to let her carry me.
Yep.
Okay. So you get over to the sleeping chambers. You're easily able to find your stuff and reemerge onto the deck. Where do you go from there?
Winnie's gonna grab her. I'm gonna let her down to grab her stuff too.
Okay.
Pick her back up again.
Yeah, I never drop my stuff, so I'm carrying. I'm carrying a halfling and all my stuff.
Also, Merryweather would realize that Twyddle was like coming along, and I think if Merryweather encountered any problems getting through the crowd, she'd be like, Twyddle, okay, you can pick me up now.
Okay, so I'm going to pick her up. So we're still underneath, or are we back on the deck?
You're back on the deck.
Okay, good. I'm going to pick her up and say, now can we go to the lifeboat ship?
You're just going to leave all these people to die?
Ugh.
Is there more to that conversation?
Can I do, because I've been trying to study the movements, can I see if our ship is even still available, if it's being piled into, or what's happening with it?
Okay, yeah, over by the lifeboats, you see that there is quite a crowd. There are essentially lines of people trying to get into these ships, and the lines have grown progressively in the time that you went under the deck to grab your stuff. So it's now much more crowded, much harder to get through. I think you can't see Twyddle's marked ship specifically from where you're standing.
Here's the thing, Merryweather. If we don't get on a ship now, we won't get on a ship. And I'm sure your brother knows that too.
Have I spotted him at all during this? Or
Currently, no.
So is the crew, I mean, more than just him, I think Merryweather would also just be seeing what's going on with the crew. So is the crew helping people get off, or are they like nowhere to be seen? Like,
you see people in the outfits of like the activities directors and like the essentially the managers, I guess. Like the woman who checked you in and took your ticket. You see people like dressed like that helping people onto the boats. You do not see anyone specifically engineering, crew related on the deck.
Yeah, I think Merryweather would mostly want to go help the engineering people fight. So wait, so the tentacles are they coming onto the ship at this point?
They're more just lashing out. If you look over the ship again, you can see more of what they're doing.
Well, I'm in Twyddle's arms, so.
Okay.
It's up to Twyddle.
As most people end up at the end of the day.
You come out onto the deck, you look to see the lifeboat's line growing longer, you look back over the edge of the ship, and these tentacles have emerged enough to visibly be attached to this monstrous creature. And it's worked its way up out of this crack and onto solid-ish land. And this creature is just kind of like lashing about.
What color are those tentacles?
They're like a brownish gray. It has now fixated its attention on the ship, and another tentacle purposefully lashes out at it.
How far are we from the tentacles?
The ship itself it's technically hitting the bottom of the ship. So you're pretty far away, probably about 60 feet.
Okay.
The ship is losing air. I was going to say losing ground, but it's losing air. It's
Yeah.
Rapidly?
It is slowly falling as it starts falling apart. It's sinking. It's sinking in the air.
We could find your brother.
Yeah, let's go. He's probably down
If
under the
it's-
ship.
Yeah,
Okay.
if we're not in immediate danger of exploding
I'm
on the
gonna
ground.
tuck the two of them like tighter under my arms and say, all right, and I'm gonna like barrel my head down and just go towards where like her brother has been in the past.
So Merryweather particularly knows the way as well, just because of
I'm
the exploring
pointing.
that
Like,
she
I'm
done.
charging.
So Twyddle has a gnome under one arm and a halfling under the other, and they're just like going along with this ride.
Yep.
Twyddle's charging around. Merryweather points the way, and you're able to find stairs off of where the bed chambers were that lead further down into the engineering section. When you get down there, you notice that a lot of the engineers of all races are working frantically trying to get the ship back on track. There are a couple of holes in the wall. Some people are trying to actively patch them up. Others are working with valves and pipes and wheels that no one other than Merryweather would likely understand, and given the frantic sense of the moment, doesn't really have time to explore and see the inner workings of it. But they're running around from valve to wheel, trying to get it back high enough in the air to get away from this creature. Merryweather, you see Squat on the other side of the room.
Go!
Okay. I'm gonna say, no, I'm probably gonna put her down, and I'm gonna put Wynni down as well, and say, you do what you gotta do. I'm gonna pull out my 2 clubs and say, I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
Okay. So
Okay, Rebecca is terrified. Like, you're gonna what are you gonna do? They're just like engineers in this room. Merryweather is just going.
honestly, not sure what Twyle's doing yet, but we're gonna come right back to that. Merryweather, you make your way across the room. Squat is actually struggling to turn a wheel on a valve that is quickly losing
I
steam.
help him.
Go ahead and roll me strength for that. Wynni, what are you up to?
I don't know. She is scared to go with a barbarian for obvious reasons, but she also feels useless.
She's scared of your clubs, Twyddle.
Yeah.
She's scared of my club.
I feel like you're gonna go into the fire, and I don't know if I can,
if you can go with me.
Becca, what'd you get on that roll?
That was a 12.
Okay, that's enough.
Okay, cool.
Due to his help, you're able to turn this valve and it locks into place and the gas stops escaping from it. Squat just looks over at you and says, Merryweather, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be going to the lifeboats.
Well, there's so many people there anyway, and I'm good at this stuff, and clearly you needed my help.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I always need your help and I'm so grateful, but you should save yourself. I think the ship is going down.
Well, how come none of these people are leaving? If it's going down, then everyone needs to go. It's pointless to go down with the ship.
He kind of grabs your shoulders and he says, this is everything we've been working for.
Okay, well, everything you're working for is literally garbage right now. So, you're a gnome. You live for so long. Look, you're being very un-gnome-like right now. You have so much life left. Everyone should leave, and then you can make a brand new airship and not fly it over a giant squid thing in the desert.
That wasn't there a minute ago.
Okay, there's no time
It's
for this
here now.
conversation.
You're right. And he goes over to help one of the other engineers.
So then I go over to help one of the other engineers.
Okay. Twyddle.
When they were trying to do the patches, I'm gonna go and take my 2 clubs and kind of drum like I got drumsticks. I'm gonna kind of beat the patches back down.
Okay, so you're hammering them into place with your clubs? Okay.
Yeah, but wildly, with reckless abandon.
Okay. Perfect. You're all working on this, Wynni, trying to find ways to help in some way.
If that's what we're doing,
Okay.
I don't think we should be.
Well, as this is happening, a few seconds pass and a huge crash sounds from right behind all of you. A huge chunk of the wall, larger than any of the holes you've seen before, falls away, gripped by this massive tentacle that pulls it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go beat up that tentacle.
Let's stab it.
Yeah, I run over there.
I'm not so much for the stabby stab. I'm more for the hitty hit.
I only have stabby stab.
So then we have hitty hit, stabby stab, and shooty shoot. All the 3 types of damage.
You're so well rounded. It's like.
Does anyone have the healy heal?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yay!
perfect. Good.
So you get over to this gaping hole now in the side of the ship. You can see this monster is significantly closer than it was when you were on deck.
Oh no, so
it's
we're
about-
losing a lot of air.
Yeah, it's about 30 feet below you now. It's at least the nearest tentacle is. It's still probably about, let's say, you're probably 100 feet from the ground still.
Okay.
But the tentacles up high are about 30 feet away from you. And I keep frantically motioning with my arms as if they are tentacles. You look over the edge of the ship, you see these tentacles. You also see that this hole extends beyond just this level, and a good chunk of the ship has fallen away in this latest blow. You see a couple of the lifeboats flying away from the ship, filled with people. And you also notice that a significant amount of the cargo is falling from the ship to the ground.
Is the tentacle blocking the route to escape?
No. Depends on how you escape. I mean, like...
So if I,
you're
like, surf down the tentacle, that's one way to escape, but, like...
Actually, no. Legitimately, it is, though. Like, you could slide down this tentacle.
Gosh.
Yeah, okay.
It's close enough to do that. It is not, like, blocking anything at this point, though. Like, there's still enough space around it on either side and below it that you could presumably take advantage of.
Okay, I'll stand up and, well, I'm already standing.
So she was sitting down, feeling useless.
Yeah, when he was having a hard time, just sat down, watching stuff happen around her.
If we're gonna do this thing, because I agree that the tentacles is the best way out, I'm gonna go ahead and barbarian rage it. And my best thought is I'm gonna tire out this particular tentacle that's like right in front of us, so that way it's an easier means of escape. And I've got my 2 clubs out, so I'm gonna go whack whack with both clubs.
Okay. Wynni, what are you? You said you stood up?
Yes, I'm going to stand up and step up.
For your rights?
That's right. And for the rights of everyone around me. But I will turn to all of the engineers and say, guys, look at this. This creature is going to take this ship whether you're on it or not. So let's get out of here. It's beyond us now. But you can build a new one or you can die. So let's go.
Go ahead and roll me persuasion, please, Wynni.
Can I assist in persuasion by emphatically nodding my head?
Sure.
So do I have advantage?
Yeah, you have advantage.
Thank God.
For advantage, you'll roll twice and take the higher number.
Oh,
I'm assuming
no.
it wasn't great.
Got a 12.
Oh,
Okay.
better than nothing.
Yeah, there are a couple of people who stay at their stations. They look a little stubborn, but for the most part, your words seem to have made an impact on the engineers. They start kind of pulling away from their projects reluctantly. It's hard.
Fair.
They can acknowledge that with the gaping hole in the wall, probably isn't the greatest cause to stick to. So they actually make their way to the sides, and they kind of like open up these closets essentially on the wall, and there are some smaller lifeboats that are engineer specific, and start loading into those and trying to leave through the other side of the wall. You can assume that there were likely matching boats on the other side that are no longer there because of the gaping hole in the wall. So they work to load into those boats, and Merryweather squat.
That's going into the boat?
Yes.
Good.
He looks back at you and he says, "Are you going to be okay?"
I'll be fine!
Okay, we may have some space in the boats if you need them.
Wait, okay, what are we doing here?
Well,
I'm attacking.
Twyddle.
Aren't we leaving?
Twyddle is whacking at some tentacles. So go ahead and roll me attack, Twyddle.
Okay. First club is gonna be an 8.
That will not hit.
Okay. Next club, that's okay. It's also an 8.
They're flailing. They're flailing so hard. Like, they're not easy targets, I guess.
I'm gonna stamp my foot because I'm in rage and I'm like, okay. Little sea fish.
So it lashes back out at the boat. And Twyddle, what is your AC?
14. But I have oh, I'm sorry. I get to roll again one more time because I have advantage on strength, right?
Well, that's not on attack roll.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Right. You
sorry.
have advantage on strength, but not on attack.
Okay. My AC is 14, but I have resistance to like bludgeoning and piercing and stuff like that right now.
Okay. Awesome. So
Slashing,
you take 2 damage as this tentacle lashes out at you.
Okay.
And kind of hits you in the side.
Well, I'm just gonna go. Ha ha ha.
Okay.
How many engineers are left?
There are about 5 engineers left at their stations.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to one of them, or maybe 2 if I can reach, and just start pulling on them.
Okay.
Let's go, you guys! Don't be stupid!
Okay, you're gonna have to roll me persuasion for that too.
Persuasion with strength.
Do you want to roll strength instead?
No!
Which one is your better skill? Your charisma or
Where
your
did my
strength?
persuasion go? Oh my. I forgot. I'm like the least persuasive person. I rolled a 9, but that it becomes an 8.
You got a -1.
Yeah, so they do kind of swat at you a little bit, like, hey, we're busy.
Can I try one more time? If I'm like, but think of your families! Isn't there anyone out there that you love and care about? Wouldn't they be devastated if you just disappeared one day, went down with this stupid ship? It's a really great ship.
Because of your passion, one other person acknowledges that he has family at home and heads over to the lifeboats.
I'm going down with this boat. I don't care about my kids.
Yeah, he acknowledges he cares
Never
about his
liked
kids.
them
The
anyway.
others clearly do not. The others may not have kids. I guess you never know.
I did my part.
The one family man acknowledges and leaves, so there are only 4 left.
Twyddle, carry them.
I'm kind of busy at the moment.
Well, I'll stab it if you'll carry them.
Okay, so let's see. So these boats are taking off now with the engineers in them, and
Are they all
they're-
gone?
Most of them are leaving you behind. These boats are starting to take off from the other side, and there aren't any more lifeboats remaining.
Great. I want it to die now.
They're starting to take off though, so that means that not all of them are gone, right?
They're not. They're like lifting out of the ship.
Can I hit again?
Yeah, you can roll me to hit again.
Okay, I'm rolling to hit. Yes! So much better. 23.
That will hit.
Okay. And then because I'm in rage, I'm going to roll a d4 and I get to add 4. So 5 damage.
Okay.
And then second club. So much better. 21.
That will also hit.
Okay. And then I get to do this. And that is a 7 damage.
Okay.
Renee,
So, yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are you planning on killing all of us before this podcast even really starts?
Aww.
I will say that this is the moment you decide whether you're going to trust me to tell your story or not.
I trust you. I'm gonna hit
Well,
this thing.
You are fate, so I guess I have no real choice.
We have no choice.
We must trust you.
You must trust me.
Maybe it's a friend.
Maybe
Maybe the
that's
tentacles
why
are our
we've never
friends.
asked it if it was a friend.
Yeah, we didn't.
And I think, frankly, that's on you. So,
Oh
on
my
us.
goodness. Twyddle, apologize. Give it a sweet little kiss. Tell it you love
you've
it.
offended the tentacles.
It's a world eat world out here, okay? And I'm in the mood for sushi, so
It's a world eat world. All right, so Twyddle's going all world eat world on this kraken, this land kraken. The little lifeboat airships are leaving, and these tentacles are still kind of lashing around. You are probably about 80 feet from the ground at this point.
Maybe we should surf down these tentacles so we can choose when we jump off and hit the ground and have some control over velocity.
if I can get this one to quit squirming so much.
Or maybe if you stop hitting. Nah, that's cool.
So if I go kind of close to the tentacle, can I look down and through the hole and see the land kraken? Like, if we were to surf down the tentacle, would we be in danger of being consumed by?
Okay, so
Kraken.
the tentacles are not, like, attached to its mouth. Like, you wouldn't essentially surf down the tentacle into its waiting, gaping jaws or anything.
Okay, because that's kind of what I was imagining.
Yeah.
Me too.
They're actually kind of attached to its body, and the mouth is in front, but the body is like large and behind, and the tentacles come off of it. So you would slide down towards its body unless you jumped off sooner. Hey guys, I'm back to tie up some more loose threads. I know you were just listening to me, so I'm not really back, but I guess that's what podcasts are all about? Or is it friendship? Either way, as a reminder, we're hosting a release party this Thursday, February 22nd at 7 p.m. at Stormcrow Games in Lubbock, Texas. But there will be plenty of opportunities to participate in our social media if you can't make it to have cake in person with us. Also, the Fablemaidens will then be taking on Lubbock Con 2018 on Saturday and Sunday, February 24th and 25th. I'm going to be running some D&D demos throughout the weekend. Sam and I will be in a skit on Saturday. I'll be on a D&D panel on Sunday at 1 p.m., so there's a lot going on, and the Fablemaidens will be around enjoying the con. So look for updates on our social media and keep an eye out for us at that this weekend. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at FateFableCast, or visit our website at fateandfablecast.com. You can share posts with us using the hashtag FateFM, or you can email us questions or comments at contact@fateandfablecast.com. And since we'd really love to hear your feedback, one of the best things you can do to support us is rate and review us whenever you listen to this podcast, wherever you listen to this podcast. Special thanks again to JP Diavando for our theme song, Fate and Fable. Also continued thanks to Joanna Daniels, Jenny Case, Chris Case, Kenneth Clark, Sebastian Hall, Vidal C. Rosa, Aaron Eldridge, and Stormcrow Games for helping us prepare to this point. Thanks, friends! Are we going kraken surfing? Is that what's happening?
Is this one calming down since I've like whacked it so many times?
Yeah, it's looking pretty rough.
Okay, then I'm gonna hold out both of my arms and kind of gesture like, come here, my little friends.
Twyddle, go grab them! We can surf down by ourselves, right?
I'm gonna look at them.
Yeah.
Because what are their races?
There are a number of races. We'll say there are 2 dwarves and 2 humans left.
I can only carry so many people. I mean,
What?
I'm like super strength, but that's a lot of people I gotta make come with me.
Which of you weighs the least?
Okay, they're not paying attention to you at all.
What a shame.
It's a world eat world, guys.
It's world eat world.
Eat world. Well, I guess, yeah, because then the only other option then is to slide down and potentially distract the Kraken from killing these 4 people. But, you know, I don't know. Okay.
So will you 2 jump in my arms?
I kind of want to surf myself.
Yeah, me too.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna have you all roll me acrobatics if you're gonna tentacle surf
Can I?
on this Kraken.
Okay, here we go.
Also, tentacle surfing.
Tentacle surfing.
Woo.
Oh, I
Would it be
rolled well.
possible if I jump on top, I have a hand axe, to kind of slide down as like slow my slide a little, or would that, and like be slicing it while I go, or do you think it would just get too caught in the...
I
guess I
think
could try.
you'd have to roll me an attack roll for that, but it's doable.
Okay, I'll roll with my hand axe.
I thought I was the barbarian.
Well, I'm just thinking about safety. Merryweather's pretty small, and 60, 80 feet is a lot.
That's why I was gonna carry you.
16,
Okay, that'll do it, yeah.
and I'm sliding.
I rolled a 19.
For acrobatics?
Yep.
That will do it as well. Twyddle, you make an epic jump and start surfing.
Yeah.
Should I also roll damage?
And Wynni, what are you up to? Yes, you will roll damage.
I'm surfing with a 7.
Oh no.
Okay, so you jump through the air and you have a hard time getting atop this tentacle. You manage to grab on, but you're essentially dangling at the end of it and have not gotten, like, you didn't get your feet on top of the tentacle. You're just holding on for dear life.
Tight.
Can I try to grab her?
Hold on. Merryweather, go ahead and what was the damage you rolled on that?
7.
As this tentacle takes this damage, it starts to kind of give out. It's losing strength and it starts to fall to the ground slowly. Wynni, go ahead and roll me a dex save.
12.
As this tentacle slowly crashes to the ground, you're at the very end of it and it falls the main body of it first. And so you are able to effectively dodge it falling on top of you, but you do take 4 damage as you land.
Okay.
Low level damage is rough.
I'm not squishy.
Well, that's good.
I'm very squishy.
Me too.
That's
I'm pretty
more than
squishy.
half of my damage, my health.
So you have like 7 health?
I do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But you are alive, and you are on solid ground, and the tentacle that you had been holding on to is now motionless.
Yes.
What's going off the airship if I like turn and look?
Okay, so the airship, you've managed to somewhat draw its attention away from. It is still falling, but it is also slowly progressing forward and getting distance from this
good.
monster.
Wow.
So you do still see ships leaving from the top of the deck. It's hard to tell how many people are on them or remain on the deck, but you can tell that people are escaping and getting away.
Good. And that the Kraken doesn't seem to be going for the smaller ships.
Right, the Kraken has not noticed the smaller ships. It has other flies, pests to deal with.
I'm no longer in rage.
Go ahead and roll me initiative to see how this battle is gonna go.
8.
Okay.
15.
8.
There were 2 15s?
They're 2 8s.
8s.
2 8s. My bad. Who had the 15?
Merryweather.
Becca.
And then the other 2, who has the highest dexterity between you?
Mine's 14.
I have 16.
Yeah, it's her.
Alrighty, so this other tentacle comes launching out of the sky towards Merryweather, who took down this massive tentacle. They're all tentacles. There are 8 of them. It's a Kraken. 12. Does 12 hit your AC?
It does not.
All right, so it like kind of lands in the ground next to you, makes an impact, but does not hit you. And it is your turn.
Cool. I take my thunder cannon and I is the body of the Kraken visible?
Yes.
I'm gonna shoot
And very large.
and very large. That's the thing. I'm debating between shooting the tentacles or shooting the body. Because once you remove the tentacles, then it's useless essentially. But if you can kill the body, then the tentacles become useless. So it's just, you know.
This sounds like pretty sound logic.
I think I'm going to. Well, let's just go for this tentacle, I guess.
Okay.
That's a 20, not natural.
All right, that will hit. So if you could roll me damage.
12.
Perfect.
Wow. I like this thunder cannon.
It's a high damage.
Yeah.
I like spin it around a couple times and then like fire it off from the hip.
All right. This tentacle looks thoroughly shocked and burned and sad and dead.
Woo!
It's sad.
Well, if tentacles could look sad, it looks real
Like
sad.
I hurt someone's feelings sad, or like a bad
No.
guy was disrupted sad.
It looks like the little burned tentacle in Stranger Things 2 that's going.
Oh,
I'm going to make a
ew.
mental note that might make for a good meal later.
Ew.
Okay.
It's already cooked.
Wynni, it is your turn. There are 6 tentacles remaining.
Do I see a head? Any body?
Yes, the body is rather large and well within view. It's probably about 15 feet away.
I messed up a tentacle.
Roll me attack.
It's just my D20, right?
Yep. Plus your attack bonus for whatever your weapon is.
Oh, okay, 14.
Perfect. That sounds much better. That will hit.
Because I stabbed with my rapier, that's 7 damage.
And Twyddle, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead. I get 2 rages a day. And so I'm going to go ahead and enter into my second rage. And I never put my clubs away. And so I'm going to go for one of the tentacles. And I'm going to go wacky wacky.
Are you going to go for the same one that Wynni just hit, or are you going to go for a fresher one?
I'll go for a fresher one. You know?
Okay, go ahead and roll me attack for that.
Okay. 21.
That'll do it.
Okay. 6 damage.
Perfect.
Okay. And then I'm going to hit with the other club.
And is that with your strength and rage bonus already added to your damage
Yes.
rolls? Perfect. Okay, and are you hitting with the same tentacle?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll me damage.
Okay. 14.
That hits.
Damage. 8. Yes.
Perfect. All right, you essentially drum on this tentacle in the same way that you did when the walls of the airship upstairs and it upstairs. The airship above you.
Uh-huh.
And beat this tentacle to submission. It falls limply to the ground. How many does that leave
5.
math-wise? There are 5 tentacles remaining. And one of them is already wounded thanks to
You
Wynni.
betcha.
One of the other tentacles lashes out at you, Twyddle, having hit it most recently.
Okay.
It hits for 1 damage.
1 damage. Okay. I can take it.
And Merryweather, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to question before we go some more. So I don't know if it's useful to have it as part of the mechanics. So so for the thunder cannon, there is like a reload. Like you reload as a bonus action, and then there's you can get like certain amounts of ammo. So like a long rest you get 40 rounds, after a short rest you get 10 rounds. I don't know if it's useful if we want to play that much, like paying attention to the number of rounds, or if that's just going to get in the way of things.
I think that we'll play pretty loosely with that and assume that you'll be within your round capacity, I mean, just based on how we're going to run combat in this podcast. So for anyone who needs kind of a basis for how combat goes in D&D, everyone gets 3 actions on a turn, and that's, to clarify, a single action, a movement, and a bonus action. Those can be taken in any order, and some classes don't have bonus actions readily available. The movement is decided by the race of your class or the race or class of your character. The actions can be any number of things. They can be attacks, they can be spell casting, they can be hiding, disengaging, or dodging. And the bonus action in this case would be to reload the cannon, which I do think we'll go ahead and assume that you have to take a bonus action to reload. So just kind of clarify, hey, I hit with the cannon, I use my bonus action to reload. If you choose to use your bonus action with something else, you won't be able to use the thunder cannon on your next turn. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, okay, so can I retcon that I reloaded from the last
sure,
time?
since we had not established that yet.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to shoot with my thunder cannon at a fresh tentacle.
All right, go for it.
12?
That will do it.
Cool.
Dang.
Very barely.
Wow. 10 damage.
All right, you totally demolished this tentacle as well.
Yeah.
4 remaining, 1 wounded. And Wynni, it is your turn.
I'm going to attack the wounded one.
Perfect.
And I reloaded.
Okay, I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I rolled a 1, but
You're lucky.
I'm a halfling.
Yes!
And I'm lucky. I get to re-roll 1s on attacks, abilities, saving throws, but I have to take whatever I roll next.
Alrighty, let's see what it gets.
I got an 11.
How lucky that you're lucky. Now, is that your straight attack roll? Did you add your attack bonus?
I added my attack bonus.
That will hit the tentacle. Go ahead and roll me damage for that.
1.
Wynni is slowly hacking away at this tentacle, her arch nemesis now, as
Yes.
other party members are just like demolishing the rest of them.
To be fair,
Bard.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, but also to be fair, sucky rolls. Like,
Yeah,
sometimes
that's
that's all
true.
it comes down to here.
Yes, that's very true.
So, Twyddle, go ahead and take your turn for me, please.
Okay, I'm gonna go for another fresh tentacle. So we have 4 remaining.
4 remaining.
Okay.
3 fresh ones.
Okay, I've got my club, so I'm gonna go with the first club, and that is a 19. And now damage is gonna be a 7.
Alrighty, that will significantly damage it.
Okay, next club, same tentacle. Critical failure.
That is a bummer, and unfortunately will not do anything. Okay.
The pause there was like, I was like, what is she going to say?
Well, I've got to kind of decide, because obviously it's a critical failure, which are irredeemable and tend to have some sort of narrative repercussions. So what's going to happen is it's the Kraken's turn next, and it's going to have a advantage on its attack rolls against you, so it will take the higher number. However, the reason it has advantage is because something has caught the corner of your eye. Something is glistening on the ground nearby. And it has thoroughly distracted you with its shininess.
My heart is like thumping. I just want you to know right now. Okay.
I mean, I'm glad to hear. But this Kraken hits pretty hard. Yeah, and that's going to be 4 damage.
Okay, so is that not gonna knock me prone though, right?
No, it is not. It just definitely that was a hard hit for one of these tentacles, and it definitely was hard to catch. It does knock you closer to said shiny thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of like lower my clubs. Like, I know it just whacked me, but like, shiny thing.
Okay, sounds good. Merryweather, your turn.
I'm just gonna go for the body.
Okay.
Getting tired
Yeah.
of shooting tentacles. Ooh. 19 plus 4, so 23.
Okay, that will hit. Go ahead and roll me that damage.
7.
Right off the bat, that does a strong amount of damage, and you get the sense that the body is weaker for the tentacles that you have already destroyed. Wynni, it is your turn.
Well, I've got to beat up my arch nemesis, so
Okay, go ahead and roll me that attack.
I got a 24.
That will do it.
You're darn right.
Go ahead and roll me damage.
3.
Perfect. You know, looking back, you do get to add your... what weapon are you attacking with?
Rapier?
You can, technically, because it is a finesse weapon, you add your dexterity bonus to each of your damage rolls. Looking
Yeah, I
back
think
on
I
that
am.
one of last turn.
Wait, my damage? Can add my dex to my damage rolls?
Yes, what is your dexterity modifier?
3?
Yeah, so you actually would be getting a little bit more each turn. That still would not have knocked it out last round, but that was my bad. I did not catch that. So for your attack rolls, in order to hit, you'll add your proficiency bonus plus whatever modifier you're using, whether that's your strength or dexterity. For the damage, you get to roll your damage die plus the ability bonus for that weapon.
Because it's a finesse weapon.
But because it's a finesse weapon, you can use dexterity instead of strength. But whatever weapon it is, you would add some sort of modifier to it. Yeah, it wouldn't have made much of a difference until now. Good to know moving forward. You just cut off this tentacle.
Yeah.
After several rounds of taking it on, you just completely sever it and it flops to the ground. There are now 3 tentacles remaining and one of them is already damaged. Twyddle, what are you up to?
How far away is the shiny thing?
It's about 10 feet away from you.
Okay, I can make it. I'm just in a like trance sort of way walk over to the shiny thing.
All right, so the shiny thing is peeking out of a very damaged cargo crate that has made the fall from the ship above, which is now moving slowly farther away. But you see this thing glinting inside the box.
I'm gonna retrieve it from the box.
All right, you pull out this massive trap on this large chain. They're currently separate in a little label on the side, which unfortunately you cannot read.
Character choices.
Says hunting goods, but you don't know that. It's a cool, sharp, shiny thing.
I'm going to gingerly like run my fingers on the trap part of this and just kind of go, ooh.
It is beautiful and it speaks to you on a deep emotional level.
I'm gonna look at it and then look at the chain and look at it again and I'm gonna connect the two.
Alrighty, that will be your turn. Alrighty. This kraken lashes out at Merryweather. What is your AC?
14.
Yeah, it does not hit you again. It's looking pretty sad. What are you doing for your turn?
So I'm gonna shoot at its body again.
Alrighty.
Oh man. 6.
That will unfortunately not hit.
I was just distracted by the fact that Twyddle was suddenly gone and like digging through the dirt.
That is pretty distracting. So this thunderous mass launches off sparkling into the distance above this kraken. And Wynni, it is your turn.
Well, I'm invigorated. I just chopped off a tentacle.
You did. With a rapier, which is really impressive if you think about it.
Thank you. So I'm going to go for another one.
There are 3 remaining and one of them is already wounded. Which one are you attacking?
I'll just go after the wounded, fresh one.
A fresh one, okay.
Fresh.
Go for it.
I got a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
And I got a 10 for damage.
Okay, yeah. If you thought you were invigorated before, you just like stab through this rapier and have a little tentacle skewer and it just falls limply around your sword.
This is what adventuring is!
There are 2 remaining and one of them is injured, and it is now Twyddle's turn with this new contraption she has.
How far away am I from the sand kraken?
You are about 15 feet.
Oh, perfect. I'm going to move towards the kraken, swinging my new weapon above my head. And I'm no longer in rage because I did not hit or was hitten hitten.
Or hit.
I was not hit. Hitten? I have a degree in English. It's fine. On my last turn, so I'm no longer enraged, but I'm gonna swing my closed weapon
Okay.
at this thing.
Go ahead and roll me for that.
20, not natural.
All right. That will work. Twyddle's weapon of choice is... Twyddle, would you like to explain?
My weapon of choice is a bear trap, and depending on whether it is open or closed, depends on what kind of damage I do. And so since it is closed, I will only be dealing 1d8 damage. If I have it open, there's a chance that the creature could be caught as well.
It has the ability to grapple when it is open.
Like a percentage die chance?
No, it's actually a strength check on the enemy's part.
Yep.
Okay.
I am going to deal 7 damage.
All right. And you are attacking a tentacle?
No, I was attacking the thing, the body.
Brilliant. This thing is hurting. It looks rough. On this Kraken's turn, it starts to move back into that bright light of a crack in the ground and starts to disappear into it.
Be gone!
It's like backing up into the crack, and its limp tentacles that are destroyed are just kind of like dragging along behind it in the dirt. It goes back into this crack, and the ground seals up over it.
Weird. Does the light goes away?
The light goes away. The crack comes back together as if it were a wound that is healing. It stitches back together, the light disappears, and it looks like the crack was never there.
What?
You are now out of initiative order. You have succeeded in your first epic battle.
Go team.
Yay!
And you are also stranded in the middle of this deserty, dry area, arid area.
Can we see the airships in the distance?
Yes, the airships are still in the distance, so you do still have a visual on that, but we're gonna leave that problem solving for next time and wrap the session there today.